The Chicago Morning Takeover with Kyle, Kendra G, and Leon on 107.5 GCI.
You're tuned in live to WGCI 107.5. It's your boy Chance the Rapper taking over again. Leon Rogers, Kyle. Man, Kendra G, we in the spot right now. Yes, I took over the radio. Yes,
just like that.
Here. Man, you kind of did that like you knew what you was doing, buddy.
Take over.
Wait, listen, you got too many jobs. You can't have this one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'll slow down. I'll let y'all take over.
No doubt. All right, Chicago. So we are in the building, just like you heard Chance the Rapper hanging out with us this morning. We definitely appreciate this brother being here. We are 107.5 GCI, the Shine's #1 for hip hop and R&B. And it's very important that you're here today, man, because you just did your thing last night. Today's election day.
Yes, sir.
And we know you're very, very much into social awareness.
Yes, sir.
And keeping people in tune with what's going on in the world around them, other than just music.
Yeah, of course, always. I come from a background of community leaders and community organizers, and yesterday was just a testament to how powerful we are as a youth, and how powerful we are collectively when we gather and show what democracy looks like.
What made you put that thing together? How'd it come about?
Man, I've been a little bit involved this year with the elections. I did voter registration on my Magnificent Coloring Day tour, and been working with the NAACP, with Turbo Votes, and a lot of people. And the registration part is important, but the most important thing, I think, is voting. So I wanted to get a bunch of people out for early vote, and I wanted to feel like, I had something to contribute to it. So we threw free concert yesterday, parade to the polls. Over 6,000 people showed up, and at the end of the concert, we all marched straight through downtown, through the streets to the polls, and got a bunch more votes in early.
And I was one of the 6,000 people, so a couple of things I want to talk about. First, your power in the city, well, just what's going on with what you right now is amazing, because first supposed to be at the Virgin Hotel.
Yeah.
You changed it at the last minute, which literally yesterday, hours before it happened, but people still knew. It goes to show you how powerful social media is. And then we went right there to Grant Park, and I loved how you said, listen, we got the sidewalks. I ain't pay the money for the streets.
That was the whole thing. That's why we had to move from the Virgin. We ain't had the right permits. Black people can't get none. Oh, man, I promise you, I thought we had it together. I look up the morning of, they're like, hey, we don't got the right permits to be trying to have no parades today. I was like, all right, well, let's move it to Grant Park. We got it all together thanks to Social Works, which is my new nonprofit. I'm working with great people, Essence Smith, Justin Cunningham, people from Black Youth Project 100 came and helped out, Turbo Vote, Chicago Votes. A lot of people came together and made the event yesterday happen. So thank you to all of them.
You're around this a lot. You're around the whole political process and things go. How do you feel about this election? How does Chance the Rapper feel about the two candidates? Because I said, to me, I feel like this election is more about who you dislike the least instead of who you like.
That's definitely the theme of the election and how it's being pushed. I've said, you know what I'm saying, like when I did my event yesterday, it was through my nonprofit, which is it was a nonpartisan event, so we weren't pushing any specific candidate or any specific agendas. We just wanted people to vote. I've said out loud, me as an individual, as Chancellor Bennett, I'm voting for Hillary Clinton. I have no time for games. This Trump thing, I don't believe in it. I don't trust it. I don't see it coming into fruition. We'll see at the end of the day today how it goes. But man, this is an election to me about morality and about the direction of the country in terms of acceptance and tolerance and having a voice. Because I ain't never seen Donald Trump once speak on the systemic racism in America or the constant murders by police of American citizens.
So he spoke on that. He said he wants more police.
Yeah, he wants more police. Yeah.
Law and order and all that stuff. Yeah. I don't trust him. I don't like him.
Right. Yeah. No doubt.
We got Chance in the building. So today is definitely an important day, but this has been a real big year for you.
Yeah.
This has been 2016 has been one of the years that I feel like your career has gone to a whole nother level. So I know there might be a possibility of you being nominated for a Grammy. When will we find out that information?
We're all going to find out on the same day, December 3rd. I've been talking about it. I think I might throw a party, just a cool Chicago party on nomination day. If, I'm not saying I will for sure get nominated, but if I do, it's a big deal.
Yeah,
because the only thing is because if you get nominated, you'll be the first to be nominated with no label.
Yeah. No label.
No album for sale.
No album
Free
for
music.
sale.
Yeah.
And how does that feel to really let's be honest, man. you're the reason why they created it. Like not even trying to be a jerk to anybody else that's out here doing that thing, but you're the reason they created that. How does that make you feel?
I'm so happy that it's happening. Whether it's me or somebody else, like I try and tell people all the time, like my whole, form of releasing and the idea behind music being free and me doing it as an independent artist and doing it from Chicago and all that stuff is because I want that to be an available avenue for other artists. Like I want other people to look up and say, hey, I could drop a mixtape on SoundCloud, and if I put my all into it, if I work on it for real, it's gonna get recognized and people are gonna appreciate it for what it is. And the fact that this year is the first year that the Grammys is accepting streaming only albums and counting streams as a form of musical excellence and grading albums based off of sheerly musical excellence and not about who released it, how big the project was, and stuff like that. Exactly. So iTunes joints are available now, and starting next year, a SoundCloud album will be eligible for Grammy nominations.
So I've been trying to ask you about Magnificent Coloring Day. It was a huge festival event. It was incredible to be there and see the whole stadium rocking on something that you created and put together, man. Congratulations on that.
No, thank you so much. That was a huge team effort. I want to thank everybody, my whole team, the producers of the show, the set designers, all the people that put together the stage. Everybody that like that thing was so important to me because obviously I'm from out south, so it was cool to have a festival on the south side. It was cool to see so many artists that I still to this day look up to and ask for advice all the time come out and perform for my city on the south side. The fact that the tickets were cheap, the fact that it created so many black jobs, the fact that the White Sox didn't do that great this season, and we still had a dope day at the it was really important to me. 48,000 people. We broke the attendance record there.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful day.
Because it did sell out, right?
Yeah.
The
biggest compliment I think that was given to you, my man Dion Cole. He said, Leon, we live in the morning. We've done comedy shows, some up everywhere. He said, man, when I walked out on that stage in Comiskey Park, I'm sorry, it's just gonna always be that to me.
Yes,
he said it was overwhelming, and he was like, this little MF. And so this is Dion.
I love
Dion
Cole,
man.
man.
He was like,
that's my guy.
Little MF did this, and I was like, that's dope, man.
Do you think any challenge is too large for you? Because I have a feeling that you don't think anything is impossible.
Definitely not. I believe in hard work and God, and I feel like if you put those two things together, you really can't fail. It's a lot of. I was talking to one of my homies the other day, and he was asking me like, does it get overwhelming? Do you feel confused sometimes? You look around and say, how did this all happen? And I said, no. When you're in a position and you somewhere and you like, oh my God, it's so many women and so many drinks, and I don't understand how this happened to me. Then you're somewhere that you're not supposed to be. If it doesn't make sense to you, if it doesn't add up, you know what I'm saying. But you could get there. No, you could still get to that same room with women and drinks and money and everything. You know what I'm saying? But some people earn it. Some people get there through hard work and God, and you step by step plan it out and you execute on every level, and you look around and you say, this makes perfect sense. I put in all the work.
Yeah, I want to know how daddy life is going.
It's thank you for asking about that. It's amazing. It's like I always say, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. She's walking and she says Dada. She calls everything Dada though. I thought it was like my thing, but that's just like
it's still
there's something on the other side. She's Dada.
Oh, you thought you were special.
I thought I was Dada, but Dada is like ball, bottle, mom, anything is Dada now. But no, it's beautiful. I love it so much, and I just finished the Magnificent Coloring World Tour. Finally put that at rest, and I've been back home for a little while. I spent all last week with them, and I get to spend the rest of this week with them, and then I'm off to Europe next week.
Yeah. Woo! How's the love in other cities when you do your tour?
Man, it was overwhelming, honestly. Like, this was the craziest tour that we did. This was my first, and I'm proud to say it, my first completely sold out tour, top to bottom.
Nice.
Rooms as big as 10,000 people in off markets and large markets, and everybody that comes out had a great time. I know y'all saw at MCD, I had the puppets and stuff. So that was my Magnificent Coloring World tour that I wrote with a guy named Francis Starlight, where we came up with this, a real narrative for the show. It was my first time doing like a story,
And with that being said, man, I know you just don't you focus on music right now, but you are very intelligent
Thanks, man.
career-minded dude, man. I know you a long time.
Yeah.
When we gonna get the Chance kids show, man, on TV? I'm like envisioning this Chance. You know, I just want to be a voice on the show, man. One of the
You
characters.
could definitely be a voice on the show. No questions.
Like
No
an old,
questions.
like dirty cat that live in the alley. Like, what are you kids doing?
Name Dirty Cat.
Dirty cat.
Oh,
What are
Dirty
you
Cat.
kids doing?
That's funny, yo.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, when we gonna see something like that?
I can't. I really want to do something like that. That's been my dream for a long time. The thing that inspired this was last year I had my team. I always pitch ideas to people, you know, hit up companies and say, hey, I want to do a commercial for you. I want to write this for you. Yeah, exactly. And I hit people up with pitches and ideas, and I had my people hit up Sesame Street and say, hey, Chance wants to be on Sesame Street. You find it hard to believe, but Sesame Street doesn't just let anybody come on.
Word. Exclusive.
Yeah, they were like, no. Wait, the acid rap guy? No, thank you. But that was what inspired me
They
to
had
do
a
the.
pimp on there.
I'm saying the count.
No. The guy who Oscar, the black guy, he was Willie Dynamite back in the day, man.
Oh, from the blaxploitation films?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the people know that, though. People didn't know that, though.
Yeah, well, I just put him on blast. He was Willie Dynamite. He had hoes. Now he on Sesame Street, running from the law.
I want to talk about your relationship with God because you're very open about that on the coloring book. And, you know, I mean, I'm proud of you on so many levels, but I think I'm mostly proud that you're not ashamed to talk about that relationship. So I want to know, when did you realize there was a higher power in charge of your life?
I think from childhood, I'm lucky enough to have women like my grandmother in my life, like my mom and my father in my life, where, you know, I was taught to, like, I was raised in the church. My great grandmother started our first church camp in my school in the early 70s called Kids of the Kingdom, and she ran a very cheap daycare out of there and summer program, and my whole family worked there. I've worked there, and I think it was more so than like realizing that God was there and I needed him in my life. I kind of just remembered that I needed him there. I think I kind of forgot for a second, and so now I'm straight, you know, and ever since then, things have been going pretty good.
Yeah. So
I
that's
can't
your
stunt.
testimony. How would you say, has your relationship changed with some people since you've garnered success?
Oh, definitely.
For the better or for the worse? Have you
Definitely.
had some people that you're close to that now you kind of like, they're distant or whatever for whatever reason?
Definitely.
How do you deal with that?
I think that's the basically kind of like links with Kendra's question. When I was a little bit younger, I recently told this story, but I'm gonna tell it again. When I was a little bit younger, my grandma, I hadn't seen her for a while. This was not a little bit younger. This was like right after Acid Rap came out. But you know, when Acid Rap came out, I was a whole different guy. I was doing acid all the time. I was wearing dirty sweatshirts and like staying up all night. I saw my grandmother one night, and I hadn't seen her in a while, and you know, you usually just hug your grandma and talk about funny stuff, but she like stopped me and got real serious and looked me in my eyes and told me she didn't like what I was doing. And I was like, I don't know what you mean what I'm doing. And she was like, I don't know exactly what you're doing, but I don't like it, so I'm gonna pray over you. And she said very simply, God, I want you to take all things that are not like you from Chance the Rapper, from Chancellor, and turn them into dust. Everything that is not like you, take from him. And I was scared at first. I was like, damn, she just cursed me. My grandma just put a voodoo curse on me. What about rap? Is rap not like God? Is she gonna take rap away from me? But in all honesty, that's what my life is today. Is all things that are not like God are so far away from me. Woo! And anything that I try and do that is not like him, he immediately it fails. Nice. It crumbles. And nice. So everything that's happened so far that's been a success, I give glory to God for.
Well, look, thank you for coming by today. That's a perfect note to end on. We appreciate everything that you're doing. Continued success to you, man, and everybody, man. Support Chance and get out there and definitely vote today, man.
Can I say I love y'all so much before I get off the air?
Absolutely.
We love you back.
Love you, Kyle. Love you, Kendra. Leon, you've been my guy since day one. Thank you for always having me up here, man. And GCI, it's a dynasty.
The Chicago Morning Takeover with Kyle, Kendra G, and Leon on 107.5 GCI.